Yo, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Y'all, we have a lot to go over as far as Real Housewives of Potomac, Atlanta, and Married to Medicine. So let's start with Dr. Heavenly. She lost her primary race, Georgia District 13, U.S. House of Reps. Y'all, she was in second place, so I guess that's kind of good. But if you look at those margins, 56% versus 21%, yeah, second place, but you got your ass whooped. And y'all, I'm kind of disappointed at the situation because I was telling everybody who lives in District 13 to vote for Dr. Heavenly, but I'm kind of thinking them people went to the post to vote against Dr. Heavenly. What I respect about Dr. Heavenly is that one, she tried, and two, I felt like she took feedback with a lot of I don't know. She took it very well, the feedback on her campaign, and I also felt like she was a good listener. Oftentimes, these politicians they talk, and they don't listen to the potential possible constituents. And I felt like she was doing a good job at listening, something that I feel like she doesn't really do a good job at on Married to Medicine. So I was hoping that she was gonna pull it out. I'm not gonna lie. However, I'm sure Clark will do just a fine job if she's elected in November. Now, this is Dr. Heavenly conceding.
Hey guys, it's Dr. Heavenly Combs here. Listen, I want to take time to thank all of the people that supported me, all the volunteers that called, all the people that raised money, all the people that helped and had hope. And I want to tell you, this is not over. We're going to come back. I've already called Jasmine Clark and congratulated the Queen. I'm sure she'll do an amazing job.
So, yeah, I actually, about a few months back, my friend was telling me how she was kind of like behind in like the fundraising numbers. And at that time, I felt like the momentum wasn't really on her side, wasn't really there for her. And so I knew, the writing's on the wall. But again, I was just holding out hope. I was holding out hope for Hev. So y'all let me know how y'all feel. Were y'all holding out hope like me, or was y'all praying on Dr. Heavenly's downfall? Did y'all go to the polls to vote against her? Because honestly, to be honest, I didn't even want to vote in this primary. Not that I didn't want to, but I wasn't really motivated to. However, at the very last minute, don't judge me. At the very last minute, I mustered up the energy and the strength to go, to the polls and whatnot. And my main motivation was to vote against a certain person. And unfortunately, that certain person won the primary. And so now I just have to pray for Georgia at this point. Pray for Georgia. Listen, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments down below. Now, speaking of doctors, Dr. Wendy to you, sweetie, and her husband, Osefo, what's his name? Eddie Osefo. They're going to trial. Shouts out to my girl, Taria. She needs a journalism award for showing up to these court hearings. Listen, she let us know that Wendy and Eddie will be tried together now. At first, they were tried together, or they were going to be tried together, and then I guess it was a decision that they were going to be tried separately, and now they're going to be tried together. Okay, everybody thought that the new storyline was that she was going to be, I guess, throwing Eddie under the bus, and Eddie was going to be the fall guy, and she was going to try to stay at home and I guess take care of the children and make the money. But apparently now they're going to be together on the case. And the court decided on a trial date for January 25th, 2027 of next year. Listen, I hope they don't pull a Karen. I hope they're being strategic about the situation. As far as I'm concerned, the evidence that they did present to the public was pretty damning, if you ask me. Like the email of Eddie, talking about Wendy, hey, is there anything else we can, claim for the insurance policy and whatnot? And it just wasn't looking too good. It was not looking too good. And so maybe the strategy is that they're going to wait until they get some discovery back and wait for the evidence to be exchanged and kind of weigh out, okay, are we able to beat this case, and then make a last minute decision to plead guilty if necessary? Maybe. Hopefully. 'Cause I don't want this to be another Karen situation where you go to court and then more evidence pours out in the public and then you're embarrassed and you still got to go to jail. Because I just Googled it and it say that she might be facing up to 15 years or something crazy. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Moving right along. Okay, let's go down to Atlanta. K Michelle is appearing on what's his name? Shannon Sharp, and was asked, would you do a versus battle? Which, are we still doing those? Do we still care about that? K Michelle was like, of course I'll do a versus. He asked, with who? And she said none other than her nemesis, Tamar Braxton, the Muppet.
Would you do versus?
Oh, I think I should do a versus.
Who gonna go up against?
Probably the Muppet. But I mean,
Who the
supposed to
Muppet?
be so much. I'm not. I would not. She supposed to be so much better than me, and she's so refined. But she's the one with teeth knocked out, sleeping with married men.
All right, so yeah, K Michelle, why? Just why? Like, you know, now that I'm kind of doing a deep dive into K Michelle's history, which I have known about her history, but I forgot a lot about all of these things that have happened in the past. And I'm kind of seeing again who K Michelle is, and she's kind of off her rocker, if you ask me. Okay, why is you reigniting this? The Muppet. It's like, girl, you're not tired of this 15-year-old beef. Y'all been beefing since I was like a fucking sophomore in high school. Y'all, I'm 30. Y'all not over it? It's still going? Like, this is still a thing? Are we for real? My God, today. Listen. Do y'all want to see a versus battle between K Michelle and Tamar Braxton? Y'all act just alike. These women are y'all are the same person. They don't get along because they are literally the same person. And I am so ashamed to say that they are Pisces. Girls. What is going on? Anyway, so K Michelle is going through a tough time currently on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It seems like she's very paranoid. You know, the latest drama is Porsha made a joke about some oysters being a little smelly. And, you know, K Michelle was offended about the situation. She got back to the house and, you know, I guess somebody allegedly told her that Porsha, Drew, and Phaedra were coming up with a scheme to attach her to Black, who was Drew's, you know, little boyfriend, and to also bring up this 10-year-old rumor that her coochie stank. Let's watch.
Checking for you first. What are you checking for?
What is you doing?
What are you checking for? That vagina is clean. This one might be a little scent.
Oh, she ain't like that. So again, like I said, she had went back to the house. Somebody had called her, I guess, and, you know, let her know that Porsha, Phaedra, and Drew were coming up with a scheme to, you know, humiliate her with this age-old rumor that her lady parts stink. And this is how it unfolded on the television screen. The thing is, though, is that she brought up that somebody was trying to plot and scheme on her, but didn't let us know what the plot was and did not let us know who was plotting on her. A very odd situation.
I know exactly the whole plot.
What's the plot?
Nobody gotta be plotting against me, smiling in my face.
Is there anything we can do? Who is it?
Who's plotting?
You know who you are.
You know who you are. You know what you're doing. You sitting in my face plotting against me. Meanwhile, the very same women that she's talking about is fanning her. Phaedra's fanning her. Drew Sidor's over there consoling her. You got Porsha rubbing on her back and on her knee, talking about, I'm here for you and I feel responsible and, you know, let me know what's going on. I brought you into this group. Like, I want to make you feel comfortable. This is a safe space for you. And yet you just going off about this plot and a scheme, and this motherfucker know who she is, and she making jokes, and she's gonna pay for it in the end. Huh? K Michelle, this is the second time you done had an issue with Porsha, and you didn't bring it to Porsha's face, you know, on the show. And I feel like you might be the second coming to Angel Massey. Angel had to process everything and brought it back 2 episodes later. And y'all was real upset about the situation. Y'all was real annoyed about the situation. I kind of feel like, K Michelle might be a baby angel. Because are you scared of Porsha? Like, why you just don't want to tell Porsha in her face, somebody told me that you was trying to humiliate me with this age-old rumor. Now, apparently, the rumor is that her cat stink. Okay? Shout out to Jasmine Brand. K Michelle says she's suing Mano for defamation over comments he made about her lady parts. I guess, you know, he was on the radio somewhere saying that her cat stank. Right. And it was such a sensitive subject for her that she even made it an issue with Angela Yee, which I remember at the time, kind of pissed me the fuck off because I'm like, why is you going in on Angela Yee for what a man said? Like, what?
Your little petty about and if it smell like a Glade candle or a fish market or not, that little is some petty from a woman. And you said, hey,
I feel like it was something that was mentioned on there.
Okay, you already talked to him about it. Why are you talking about it again?
I never did.
You talked to him about it last time he was here.
I wasn't there.
So why did you mad at Angela Yee? Again, this is why I say, now that I am recalling all of this stuff, because I knew about all of this stuff, but I forgot about all of this stuff. And the only reason why we going back and digging it up is because K. Michelle is the one that actually brought it up, okay? I guess she was going to beat Drew, Phaedra, and Porsha to the punch about her alleged stank puss. Because nobody would have ever thought about your puss and how it stank, or allegedly stinks, excuse me, if you didn't bring it up. Because what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Like, I'm so confused about this situation. And so she goes on to X, formerly known as Twitter, and says, don't sit in my face and play like you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You want a reaction, you can have it. Say it to my face or be a quiet coward. How is she a quiet coward when you're the only one on the cast that is so afraid to confront the people that you need to confront? It's very odd, K. Michelle, how you're being. Porsha responds and says, who is a coward? I would define a coward as a person tweeting from the same house 2 doors down from me. Next time, let's do our job and bring it to the front door real time. That's how it's done on RHOA. Thank ya. And then K. Michelle comes out of left field talking about well, it's no different than you being 2 doors down from me, fucking on my ex, sitting in my face like you a girl's girl while telling him my business, you damn bimbo. Huh? Who is the ex? I know you can't be talking about Mr. Crybaby, who you was in love with. I know you can't be talking about that one. I know you can't be talking about the Philadelphia Eagles player. What's his name? LeSean McCoy. I know you can't be talking about that ex. This must be a recent happening because what?
I'm reading on this website that Porsha may be dating somebody.
There's word that she's linked to said player that plays. You like the Philadelphia Eagles, Porsha?
It's a good team, pretty good team.
Has any player on the Philadelphia Eagles seen the end zone?
I mean, who are y'all talking about?
LeSean McCoy, Porsha.
Oh, wow. Porsha, you supposed to holler at your crew before you go out there and
Okay. Now let's see what K. Michelle had to say about the same man.
So, LeSean McCoy, did you date him?
Oh, honey. He flew me out and I went to go see him. Jason.
What?
I was there like a week. So we went to dinner and we was giving our biggest flaws. Do you know that man said to me his biggest flaw was?
What?
He come quick.
Wait a minute. Why would K. Michelle, and this is why I said she kind of, now I'm remembering who K. Michelle is. I forgot all about this stuff. Why would she go on a public platform, somebody's podcast, shout out to Jason Lee and Hollywood Unlocked. Why would she go on this public platform after having an intimate conversation with this man that you were supposedly seeing or talking to? He opens up to you and says that he comes quick, and then you take that and blast it to the public. Why would she do that? I really do feel like it'd be the Jack Daniels, okay? And this is coming from a whiskey girly. I love my whiskey, okay? I love my Jack Daniels. I like my Crown Apple. I like my Woodford Reserve. I love my Mercer and Prince. And then when I'm down bad for real, I'll drink a little Jim Beam. But this shit don't make me go on the internet talking about the niggas that I used to fuck, talking about he came quick and this, that, and the third, and yada, 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 calling people Muppets and doing, like, what is wrong with you? What did he do to you for you to blast him talking about he come quick? He told you that in confidence, like you.
He went to practice and I get a call and I find out that he was with Porsha like 2 days prior. And I wasn't feeling him or anything. I got on that plane and he was like, you gonna do like this? Never talk to him again.
She says they weren't together. They didn't date. But I don't know. So maybe the ex is someone that's more recent. I don't know what she's talking about. If you know what she's talking about, send me a DM and, we can get into it. Y'all, it's a lot to unpack. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.